Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm out again for another walk. This time I'm in Sussex, particularly just in Sussex, not east, not west, not mid, not north, not south. I'm in Sussex, and there'll be a reason for that. But I'm in Plumpton Green, and I'm joined today by Brady Ells. Hello, Brady.
All right, hello.
Now, what can you tell me about Plumpton Green in terms of where it is in Sussex? Because as you heard, I deliberately didn't say which part of Sussex we're in.
We're in Plumpton Green, which is just north-west of Lewes and south-east of Burgess Hill. What part of something I'm trying to do is stop people distinguishing between East Sussex and West Sussex. The traditional county goes back thousands of years, and I believe it's important we just stick to the original name, which is Sussex.
Right, okay. So I'm from Worthing,
Yeah.
and on my postal address I have West Sussex. If I was writing to you, I noticed that your address has East Sussex, and that's quite useful from my point of view because I know which part of Sussex you're in if I'm looking without having to look at a map.
Well, since 1996 you haven't had to write East or West Sussex on your address. It was an idea come up with the post office in 1972 to differentiate between East and West Sussex on your address, and I believe it's important we just go back to what our history tells us, which is this is the county of Sussex.
Right, so and the reason we don't have to do that now is because we've got postcodes.
Yeah.
Right, oh, okay. Now you're wearing a sweatshirt, very nice sweatshirt with Sussex by the Sea on it, with some golden, or yellow anyway, birds. Can you tell me what that is? Because I've seen dotted around various flags with that emblem on.
Yeah, this is the emblem of Sussex. It's 6 gold martlets on a blue background.
6 gold martlets.
Yeah.
And what is a martlet?
A martlet is a mythical bird. It's believed to be based on either a house martin or swallow, and it's said to have no feet.
And it's a mythical bird that is singular to Sussex?
Not specifically to Sussex. You find it in lots of heraldry across Europe, particularly in France.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So, and the martlets, I mean, I mentioned to you before we started filming that I used to, was a member of a theatre company called the Martlets Theatre Company, and when I said, why is it called the Martlets Theatre Company, the lady in charge said, oh, it's because it's Sussex. So, how long ago were we using martlets to define Sussex?
Well, the martlets definitively go back to represent Sussex back to 1611.
Wow.
When John Speed, a cartographer, featured them on his map to represent the kingdom of the South Saxons, which is Sussex. And then it's believed no one knew where he got that idea from until last year when I'd done some research, and it's now believed that following the research that the martlets go back to the 13th century with the Knight of the Shire called John de Radington.
Oh, okay, so you've done a lot of research on this, haven't
Yeah.
you? A lot of history. So, you said at the beginning of this that you're trying to get people to forget East and West Sussex.
Yeah.
Now, am I right in thinking that there are 2 administrative powers, the East Sussex County Council, West Sussex County Council? Is part of what you're attempting to do is to amalgamate the 2 into one council?
No, not at all. What we want people to do is
Let's pop down this way by the park, or the village green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
What we want people to do is sort of ignore council areas. I think in the future we're going to see a lot of local government change.
In what way?
There's plans in the future for a Greater Brighton Council, and that would incorporate Worthing and Littlehampton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people would start saying, where's Worthing? That's in Greater Brighton, and then people would forget it's actually in Sussex. So I think it's important that we start differentiating between council areas and start basing our geography on the traditional counties of England or Great Britain.
So, are you saying? I mean, I haven't heard of that, but that doesn't mean anything because I haven't heard a lot of things. But are you saying that people will be forced into saying that they're, someone
No,
in
but-
Worthing will be going, oh, I'm in part of Greater Brighton.
No, but it will be sort of encouraged. The media will start referring to Worthing, Greater Brighton. It happened in the Lake District with the creation of Cumbria County Council. You have places like Kendal, that's traditionally in Westmoreland. It still is traditionally in Westmoreland, but it's always referred to as Kendal in Cumbria.
Ah,
And
right.
that's because it's shown on maps.
Is that what's happened to Middlesex? Because often
Yeah.
you hear of places that I would go, oh, that's in Middlesex, and people go, where's that? Oh, well, it's sort of Greater London.
Yeah, so Greater London was sort of the sort of council area, the administrative area, whereas the county of Middlesex still exists. There's a celebrity, Russell Grant, the astrologer, who's a great advocate of the county of Middlesex, and is really trying to push forward the actual fact that Middlesex still exists. And there's been lots of statements and events held by the government to show that the traditional counties still exist. So that's like Huntingdonshire, Westmoreland, Middlesex.
So it can happen, is what you're saying, really.
Yeah, it sort of has, but I'm trying to pursue it much further.
So in terms of going back to Sussex and people's automatic use of east and west, you set up a Facebook page. Tell us about your Facebook page and what your aims are with that.
Our Facebook page is facebook.com/Sussex Flag. It started out and still is a page promoting the Sussex Flag, but we're starting to put more and more things on there about encouraging people to use the traditional county. I mean, the county goes back thousands of years. It's never been administered as a single entity since it was a Saxon kingdom, and it wasn't until the 1970s we started differentiating between East and West Sussex. And I think, well, it starts giving people the idea that there's somehow two separate identities, when in fact traditionally, and I believe in reality, there's only one identity. We all sing Sussex by the Sea, we all have the same motto, we won't be druv. We all use the same dialect words, like in a minute we're going to walk through a Twitton. That's a Sussex word.
Yeah, I did a little video about Twittons, so...
And you have Twittons in Chichester, and you have Twittons in Rye.
Right,
so
across the whole county, yeah.
And it's this sort of idea that we've got one single identity and culture, and I believe it's important that we try and protect and preserve that identity, and that goes even down to maybe a small idea of just changing our addresses to from East or West Sussex to simply Sussex.
So do you have any objection to people using the geographical terms to describe where they are? So if you're in Chichester, if you were telling somebody I'm in Chichester, which is West Sussex, without necessarily saying it's the county of West Sussex.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're in a very narrow Twitton now, and going past a rather delightful pond. This is sort of hidden Plumpton Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of off the beaten track.
Downtown Plumpton Green.
Downtown. This is where all the dodgy stuff goes on, I imagine. Having gone through a very lovely estate just now. But it's very countrified here, isn't it? And I mean, a lot of Sussex is countrified right across. You have the big cities of Brighton and Chichester, and Lewis isn't really a city.
It's a town.
It's a county town, isn't it? And then you've got lots and lots of country, which what Sussex is very much about.
Yeah, a lot of sort of, if you read the words of Sussex by the Sea, a lot of the words are around the sort of agricultural culture of the county. We plough and mow and reap and sow, and useful men are we. And I think don't necessarily have to go back to sort of being a agricultural county to respect our past, but we still need to respect our past,
our heritage
and
of what it was.
Identity.
Well, thank you very much, Brady, for not only showing me some of Plumpton Green, albeit while we've been chatting about the Sussex Flag and the Sussex itself.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of my little 10-minute video now. So you were a bit nervous about doing this, but you did really well.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think you did great. So check out the Sussex Flag page at facebook.com/
Sussex Flag.
Sussex Flag, and download the Sussex Flag if you live in Sussex, and display it on all your social media. Is that the idea?
Yeah, and put it up the pole.
And put it up the pole. And on that note, I'm going to go and put mine up the pole, and I will see you on the next one. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, press the bell notification, and leave a comment and tell me what you think. And no doubt we can find out what others think about West and East Sussex, or whether it should just be Sussex. Thank you so much, Brady. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you, Richard.
Bye for now.